I've had a lot of ideas for businesses in my life, and a lot of them have turned out not to be very good, right? Looking back on them, I have a lot of notes on a lot of the things that I've thought of, ideas I've come up with. But today, I landed on an idea that I think could be promising. And I'm not prepared to share it yet in this video. I have a lot more to, flesh out with it. But I think, just maybe, this could be the idea, right? But the one thing that I want to make sure I do here is not get myself distracted, because I'm currently executing a business right now, which is an agency. And this idea that I have is going to require, a lot different kind of investment. It's going to require outside capital, right? It's a much bigger, grander scheme thing. But I do want to build something big. I want to create something incredible, something that is revolutionary. To be honest, an agency isn't revolutionary. The only reason I'm doing that right now is so that I can start to bring in some revenue for myself. And I can get it to a point where I have a team working to have it running like a machine, and I can step out of it and focus on the bigger picture ideas. So as I've been working on the business on the side, in my free time, people ask me what I do in my free time, I learn. I learn and I study about business, about history, about great people, and sometimes I brainstorm. I brainstorm some ideas that I'm thinking about. And guys, the big idea is going to come to you, I think, at least I've seen this happen for me, literally recently in this past week. The big idea comes from extensive knowledge and experience in one sector, right? Let's say if you are really, involved in marketing and you've done a ton of work in marketing, you've worked with a lot of marketing softwares, you've done that for a while, you've done copywriting. It doesn't have to be marketing, it could be insurance. It could be a lot of different industries, whatever it is for you. You work in that industry long enough, you'll start to see the things that people complain about most, right? You start getting a good eye for that. You start saying, oh, this is what everyone hates about this industry. And there's a lot of things that people think cannot be changed in certain industries. And I will admit, some industries by their very nature just have these inherent flaws in them that can't be worked out. But there are a lot of industries where people think that these flaws are inherent, that they're definite, but they can actually be worked upon and changed. And that's what most people don't think. Most people don't execute because they think, oh, that industry is the way it is, and that's how it's always going to be. But if there's one thing that we've all seen recently with the advent of AI and all this crazy stuff that's going to happen in the next decade, cures to diseases are going to start spawning left and right, right? AI is going to change this world in a lot of ways. Everything that we thought was impossible 5, 10, 15 years ago is no longer going to be impossible. It will become possible. Things that if you said to someone 10 years ago, they've been like, okay, that's ridiculous. No, we're not going to get the cure to cancer. People actually used to use that as a joke. They're like, ooh, what do you have? The next cure to cancer or something? Right? Like that was kind of like a joke saying, okay, that's ridiculous. And they would use that to represent something being ridiculous. But I just think that everything is changing right now. Like, for example, 10 years ago, if you said, yeah, one day there's going to be an AI bot that is going to be able to have conversations with people on the phone, right? I'm not talking about little chat bots that text people. They're dumb, all right? They're dumb. They don't work that well. I'm talking about an AI that is more persuasive than a top closer at a company, which can react to people based on how they react, right? They can mirror their tonality. They can mirror how they're talking, right? And they can close better than the top closer at companies. You'd think that's crazy if you heard that 10 years ago. Even now, some people would think that's crazy. But it's coming. It's coming, my friend. And that was a role that everyone thought was safe. Oh, if you learn how to sell, you'll be good for the rest of your life. Could still be true, but potentially not. Potentially not. Now, I do think for a while, AI and human beings are going to sell together, right? They're going to make each other better. They're going to work in tandem to close more deals, to increase revenue for businesses. But in the long term, I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen. And neither does anyone. Entire industries could be wiped out, guys. And entire industries could spawn, right? A few years ago, there was no such thing as an online business, right? 20, 30 years ago. That just didn't exist. Now, everyone's running an online business who's young and hustling, including myself, right? There are a lot of things that can happen in the next 10, 20, 30 years. Nothing's safe. People are going to school to become a consultant and investment banker, thinking those jobs are so safe. What makes you think that? What makes you think that all of these positions are going to be so safe in the next 10 years? I don't think they're going to be. That's why I'm jumping on a trend at the right time. And this idea I had today, like I've said, I've had a lot of ideas, but this one has been explained out in the most detail I've ever written out about a business. And it was so clear to me. It was so clear to me. It was so obvious that I said, okay, there must be a business doing this right now. But there isn't. And now it's going to be a big project. It's going to be a big task for me to execute this. I'm going to have to develop the right relationships with people, have strategic partners, have a lot of money invested in it. But boy, do I think this could be something big. Shit. I've never felt like this before. I literally had goosebumps earlier. I had goosebumps. So I'll keep you guys informed as I fully flesh out this idea, as I really build it out and figure out who I can partner up with to make this thing happen, because I certainly can't do it on my own. It's a big task that I have in front of me. So we'll see. We'll see what I can do. Look, guys, be patient and learn constantly. Constantly read about great people, right? This breakthrough happened for me when I started reading Einstein's book. And that's no coincidence. You might think, oh, that's just a coincidence, right? You're reading about a genius, now you come up with a great idea, right? Coincidence. No, my friend. Because once you step into Einstein, right? Step into his life, see how he thinks about things, right? Because it's not that he was just a genius because of what he thought up about, right? Because of the thing that he discovered, right? The scientific breakthroughs that he had, right? About physics and all this stuff. It was the way that he thought, which was more brilliant than anyone else. And at the core of that, right, it's much more complex, but at the core of the way that he thought was that he just went against the status quo. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not going down the normal path. I'm not listening to what people tell me. I can't tell you how many adults, and even people my age, giving me opinions. Oh, you should just finish school. You should just finish school. Right? And I didn't ask for their opinions. I just told them, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. And then I made a decision. I said, yeah, I'm just taking a little break for a little. And I have people telling me, oh, you should just finish. You should just finish school. Everyone has an opinion, guys. Everyone. And while I do think there are certain things that are better for us to do, that's only based on my experience. It was better for me to do those things, but it might not be better for you to do those things. I never impose my opinion on people. I really don't. Because at the end of the day, everyone's going to live their own life the way that they want to live it. And at a certain point, you can't tell someone otherwise. They will be dead set on their path, and it's their life. It's not your life. I'll let them be. I'm really grateful for you all. I will update you, like I said, on the progress that I make here. And yeah, be brilliant, guys. Create something big. Don't let anyone tell you can't do it. My name is Blaze Ascian, signing off. Talk to you soon. Bye.